and financially secure. For your peace of mind and theirs, plan ahead. Beacon's Rest Easy policy helps you to do just that. Rest Easy is a policy that offers you a payment upon your death or the death of any covered family member that can be used to offset post-mortem expenses. For as little as 75 cents per day, you can ensure that your expenses are covered. Call Beacon at 440-4447 and sign up for the Rest Easy plan today.
Live from the Canadian capital, this is the GBN Television News. GBN, covering you from the Grenadine Island chain to Brooklyn, New York, via the World Wide Web on www.gbn.gd.
The news headlines is brought to you compliments GUT Credit Union.
These have been tough times, and we could all use a helping hand to get through this period. GUT Credit Union gives you the opportunity to do just that without a worry. What are you looking forward to? A relaxing staycation? Brand new appliances or devices? Consolidating your debt to get more money in your pocket? Not a member? No worries. Come in and find out how you too can make the most of this offer. Or visit us today. Yes, you can have a brighter Christmas season with GUT Credit Union. GUT Credit Union. It's where you belong.
This is the GBN Television News for today, Thursday, December 10th, 2020. I'm Beverly Telesford. In the headlines, Roman Catholic nun looks on anxiously as building earmarked for convent lab goes up in flames. Legislative measures being adopted to reduce controversy over police promotions. Grenada yet to devise rollout plan for COVID vaccine as regional organization summons health officials to action. Senior government minister confident that Grenada is on sound financial footing despite having to divert resources in the campaign against COVID-19. And in this week's GBN's Health, orthopedic specialist speaks with GBN's Chrislina John about varying medical interventions to deal with scoliosis. Headlines?
Tonight in sports, Wagiti Super Knockout is back on, and we take a look at tennis update. And in around the globe, Chinese investors get a negative response in Antigua, and China's growing presence in the region catches the eye of the Trump administration.
Details right after this message.
This is GBN, the nation's news leader. This segment is brought to you by Quartz Grenada Limited.
Good evening to our viewers and listeners on K105. This is GBN News at 7. It was an anxious moment in the town of St. George this morning as an alarm was raised about a raging fire on Lucas Street. There were concerns that it could wreak havoc on several buildings in close proximity. As we hear from Chrislina John, the building has been earmarked for an educational institution in the city.
Scores of onlookers crowded the streets as fire engulfed what is believed to be an unoccupied building on Lower Lucas Street, St. George, around after 10 Thursday morning. The building is believed to be one of the oldest in the city. People who grew up in the area in the 1940s said reports from their parents suggest that it predated them by more than 40 years. GBN was told that the structure was purchased by the Catholic nuns and plans are ongoing to have it converted into a laboratory for the neighboring St. Joseph's Convent. Sister Lucy Gabriel of the Roman Catholic Chantry were among persons who gathered on the street as anxiety mounted that the fire could spread to other buildings.
Well, that building was bought with the intention of doing some sort of work for the school. Okay, some labs I think we were supposed to be putting up there. But in the meantime, it was unoccupied. Okay, so I'm not sure what would have happened today. Just like other people, we just saw the smoke, and I was wondering what building it was. And then when I came to look, it was the building belonging to us.
There was no electricity in the building and speculations in rife about the possible source of the fire. Several abandoned buildings and others which are not in use by the owners are sometimes occupied by homeless people. When fires like these occur, fingers start pointing in the direction of displaced persons. Superintendent of Police Vanny Cohen says they are aware of the challenge, and while they are not casting aspersions, various agencies will need to work together to alleviate this problem.
This is indeed a concern for law enforcement, and I can speak on behalf of the Commissioner. I know he has written to some of the business owners in and around town regarding those buildings that are uninhabited, with or ensuring that there is some sort of security and preventative measures away from vagrants and homeless people from accessing these businesses. It is a concern for us, and we continue to monitor it and do what we can do to ensure that it doesn't pose or continue to pose that kind of threat to fire in the town.
Superintendent Cohen commended firefighters for their rapid response.
The fire services did exceptionally well to contain the fire and de-escalated it. We were able to save the two adjacent buildings. The building was basically left to burn out, so the roof caved in, and that was one of the ways that we thought it was best to contain it. We do not know yet the cause of the fire. We still do our assessment. There's not much we can say until we've done a full and complete investigation. At some point, we'll be able to report on what might have caused the fire and what are the circumstances. For now, it's preliminary, and that is as much as I can say at this point.
GBN understands that students from the St. Joseph's Convent and the St. Louis R.C. Girls School who suffered from respiratory illnesses were sent home as a precautionary measure. The cause of the fire is under police investigation. Christina John, GBN News.
Moving now to other concerns, health officials say no decision has been made regarding a priority group to receive the COVID vaccine when it arrives in Grenada in 2021. Contrary to reports that the country's priority group was identified for the COVID vaccine and that health officials are currently preparing a rollout plan for the vaccine, health officials informed GBN that discussions with the Pan-American Health Organization, PAHO, and the World Health Organization continues. They tell GBN that no firm decisions have been made. Janelle McDonald has that story.
PAHO is calling on member nations, including Grenada, to prepare for the purchasing and distribution of a COVID-19 vaccine and to prioritize who will be first in line. Director of the Pan-American Health Organization, Dr. Carissa Etienne, the regional branch of the World Health Organization, said Wednesday during a remote briefing from Washington that at first they will not have enough doses to protect everyone and it will be important to prioritize. Still, in anticipation of a vaccine rollout, PAHO this week is convening health ministers from across the region in an extraordinary session. GBN attempted to reach Grenada's health minister, Dr. Nicholas Steele, during the last 2 days for comment, but he was said to be in lengthy engagements and unable to speak with us. We also approached Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Health, Dr. Francis Martin, for comment on Grenada's procurement and rollout plan. He said they are still in discussions on the matter and that no firm decisions have been made. He alluded to a meeting among health officials, which is in progress. Vaccination campaigns have always been challenging in Latin America and the Caribbean, where countries have long struggled to vaccinate their population against diseases that are eradicated elsewhere in the world. Some are skeptical about taking the vaccine as a myriad of conspiracy theories abound. Caribbean leaders have started articulating various points of views on the subject as they will be expected to drum up support among the populace. Grenada's Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell told a parliamentary sitting this week that he would be among the first to take the vaccine.
There are several initiatives led by the CARICOM region and OECS to make sure when the vaccine become available that we'll get our share. And I want to make it clear, Mr. Speaker, when it comes, and if the experts' medical advice says it isn't safe, that I will take mine. And I will do what some leaders are doing, do it publicly, so that people understand that it is safe. Because I know the kind of argument that is taking place internationally. But some people might be frightened that this thing is not safe.
Prime Minister Mitchell has also found an ally on the vaccine use through fellow CARICOM leader St. Lucia's Prime Minister Alan Chester.
If I need to travel, I'm going to have the vaccine. So I think that, if you don't have to travel, then you may have that option. But certainly if you are going to be required to travel, and there may be some companies that are going to require persons to take a vaccine. And why? Because the threat of being closed down at any one point is very disruptive to business.
Last month, PAHO said its initial goal will be to vaccinate 20% of the population in Latin America and the Caribbean against the novel coronavirus. Low-income countries in the region will be helped by the COVAX facility, a WHO alliance that was created to ensure equitable access to the COVID-19 vaccines. For GBN News, Janelle McDonald.
In other news, students and parents in Grenada and other Caribbean countries are not happy with what they see as non-responsive mode of the Caribbean Examinations Council. They have been wrangling with the regional testing agency over what they see as faulty grading system which was applied in 2020. A coalition of parents and students has been formed, and they voiced their concerns during a regional Zoom conference this morning. GBN's Rina Perry was online and followed the proceedings.
After weeks of individual actions in their respective countries, the Caribbean Coalition for CXC 2020 Redress is insisting that the Caribbean Examinations Council, CXC, must clean house before moving forward. Thousands of secondary school students are of the view that they have been significantly disadvantaged by their preliminary grades. They claim that the CXC testing system, which was applied this year, does not reflect the students' historical performance or the teachers' predicted grades. Coordinator of the Parent Advocate Group, Paula Ann Moore, said they will not stop until CXC gives the students what they worked for.
The students saying what they've said these 12 weeks, fix them grades. We are not going to rest. None of this coalition is going to rest until these grades are resolved. And this is within the context of best practice internationally, where public examining bodies, their core mandate, philosophy, and overarching belief and value, mission statement, mandate is that any education authority has to have the well-being of the children at their forefront of how they deliver their product.
A Barbadian student is among those who feel that he was disenfranchised.
We have students who have matriculated into university. Some have been removed from universities where they would have been accepted conditionally based on the strength of their Unit 1 results. So some of those students have been removed. Others who had the fortune of receiving an academic merit-based scholarship, which would have allowed them and helped them to defray some of the costs associated with higher education, have had those scholarships removed, have been allowed to stay, but have had those scholarships taken away from them. We can see the real tangible effect that, that this present crisis is having on the ability and the access of our present crop of students.
Grenada was not among the countries involved in the coalition group, which hosted Thursday's Zoom conference. Education Minister Emmeline Pear claimed that local students were satisfied with what CXC presented. However, students of the T.A. Marichaud Community College who thought otherwise engaged in protest action. They staged a demonstration at the Tantine campus and proceeded to the Ministry of Education headquarters at the Botanical Gardens. For GBN News, I am Rina Pear reporting.
Now, Grenada's National Security Minister has announced a slew of measures which he thinks will make the police force and other units more effective. He plans to get rid of the squabbling caused by police promotions. If he has his way, fire trucks will be stationed in all parishes and at least 3 police stations will be relocated. The Prime Minister outlined plans for the island's national security apparatus.
Government's budget allocation for the RGPF for the next year is $51.6 million. Her Majesty's Prisons is earmarked to receive $9.6 million. High on the agenda for those agencies is the creation of independent management systems. National Security Minister, Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell, announced in Parliament a lot of emphasis will be placed on police force, customs and excise, and immigration departments.
There's nothing that says that firefighting has to be an arm of the police force. In many countries, firefighting is an independent unit. They have connection with the police force, but not necessarily on. Similarly, immigration. There's nothing that says, I believe we have one of the best immigration departments in the Caribbean. I honestly believe so. With the leadership there and the members and that team, I really believe that. But to me, there's no reason why an immigration officer has to be a police officer.
The Prime Minister's plans extend to the Inland Revenue Department.
And similarly, you look at the customs and inland revenue, why can't we have a revenue generating authority? And instead of having customs by itself, and inland revenue by itself, one revenue generating authority would want leadership and clearly lines of authority, as the actions are sometimes different.
And the constant battle surrounding promotions within the force will also be addressed. Whenever promotions are announced, there are claims about a lack of transparency and accusation that favoritism is shown to persons with political leanings. The National Security Minister says legislative guidelines are being drafted to avoid the squabbling and legal challenges which have dogged the promotions program over the years.
That regulation would be in place, and it would mean not just members of the force assessing themselves, but there would be outside persons joining with members of the force in the question of promotion, Mr. Speaker.
3 police stations will be relocated as part of the overall improvement initiative.
The police station in St. George's, many of those, the one in Grand War, Mr. Speaker, over the years, we have spent enormous amount of money. The one in St. Andrews, we have spent millions of dollars. It appears now that we have to move that police station.
Firefighting also came up for discussion, and he highlighted the fact that there is no equipment in St. David, which is now the only parish without fire trucks. 2 units have been shipped to Grenada, one of which is to be sent to the sister isle of Petite Martinique. For GBN News, Janelle MacDonald.
This is News at 7. Coming up, orthopedic surgeon highlights varying interventions for persons with scoliosis. Stay with us.
Christmas is happening. Christmas is happening. Christmas is happening at Republic Bank. Low interest rate happening. Quick approval happening. Christmas time happening at Republic Bank.
And 2020 on a merry note at Republic Bank as we spread the holiday cheer with our Make It Happen loans. Republic Bank is here to lighten up your spirit with quick approvals and cash prizes valued at over $10,000.
Christmas is happening at Republic Bank.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Christmas in Grenada plus Flow equals a tablet for your family. Get a Samsung A7 tablet for only $80 when you add your mobile to your home services bundle. Save 50% on your mobile bill and spend the holidays connected with faster internet speeds. Call us today at 1-800-804-2994 and sign up.
I can't believe what has happened to me. Red is paying my bill for free. A true friend helps you when you're in need. I gotta be a thought that pays my bill for free. One big winner gets their bill paid till December. 14 other monthly winners get their bill paid every other. The best things in life are free. Extra credit, like the best has happened to me.
Enter, make your account current. Complete form on Grenlec's website. Text or WhatsApp your name, account number, and contact number to 405-6500. Enter by December 31st. Terms and conditions apply.
It's Waggity Super Sunday! Super Sunday! Get ready for the event of all events, Super Sunday! The biggest bingo event of the year! And this year, it will be held online on Sunday, December 20th from 6 p.m. You can win $25,000 US! Wow! Yes, US $25,000! Tickets are only $20 US. Available from GoToFed.com or box offices island-wide. And also from our main office at Brew Street Mall. Super Sunday! Super Sunday! Get your tickets early and join the fun and excitement online. Play Waggity Virtual Bingo! The new way to play bingo. Yes!
Food is fundamental, and at Caribbean Agro Industries Limited, we source premium quality wheat and other ingredients, so you get the best results in the kitchen, bakeries and farms. For over 35 years, we've supplied Grenada with the finest flour and animal feed. The tastiest cakes, pastries or breads are baked with the region's finest flour. Buy the products you've trusted for all these years. Baker's Pride, Supreme and Sunshine Flour. Get the best from your farm animals with our master mixed feed brands. Support local. Buy products that are made in Grenada. Call us on 440-2954 or visit us at Mount Gay St. George or check our Facebook page. Caribbean Agro Industries Limited, a subsidiary of ADM. Unlocking nature, enriching life.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a prosperous New Year.
The management and staff of Ariza Credit Union wishes you a joyous and peaceful Christmas. May you and your loved ones continue to be safe as you enjoy the festive season.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a prosperous New Year.
Ariza Credit Union, your financial freedom, your future.
We're here to make you happy, 'cause that's what we do.
Do you want to win loads of prizes this Christmas with BIP? Join our Spin to Win promotion to win exciting prizes daily. Here's how. Go to the Discover section of the BIP app. Search for the Spin to Win channel and click follow. Once you have followed the channel, click the Spin Now button, choose your device type, select your country, and wait for the wheel to start spinning. Be quick. When your wheel lands on the correct prize of the day, screenshot the prize and send your screenshot to the Spin to Win chat to enter the promotion. Click the Daily Updates button to get updates on the prize you are required to spin for each day, and also to know if you are the lucky winner of the day.
A Merry Christmas, spin and win with Bib.
GBN leads, the others follow. This segment is brought to you by Republic Bank.
Christmas is happening. Christmas is happening. Christmas is happening at Republic Bank. No interest rate happening. Quick approval happening. Christmas time happening at Republic Bank.
And 2020 on a merry note at Republic Bank as we spread the holiday cheer with our Make It Happen loans. Republic Bank is here to lighten up your spirit with quick approvals and cash prizes valued at over $10,000.
Christmas is happening at Republic Bank.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Welcome back to News at 7. Minister for Foreign Affairs Oliver Joseph says Grenada is on sound financial footing despite the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic. He says the island was thrown a curveball as it was forced to respond to a lot of unexpected events and uncertainties, but it has weathered the storm. Jared Joseph reports.
Joseph says despite two of the country's most recent loans amounting to over $500 million and public debt of over 60% of the country's GDP, there is no need for panic. He explained how the debt will be serviced.
That's what I'm saying. It's not a difficult thing to understand now. Could I explain that the growth in debt to GDP will reach 69? So, what is it? It was 108 and we brought it down. The ECCB guideline is 60. Most ECCU countries are over 70. So we're in a good position where we could manage our finances. because it is not going up to 100% or above 100. And we cannot take it anyway because we have the fiscal responsibility law that guides us. And the financial institutions will not give you money if you are not disciplined. They do not see your ability to repay. So we are in a sound financial situation despite COVID and the reduction in revenue, and we have to produce a budget with a deficit because of sound and proper fiscal management. We will be able to manage.
Joseph explained in essence that government is not responsible for repaying the loan to the Chinese government for the $67 million Maurice Bishop International Airport runway expansion and road upgrade and rehabilitation project, but rather it's the airport's authorities' responsibility to do so. Government will only come in if the airport cannot meet their commitment in payment.
We have decided not to increase taxes. If you want to collect more recurrent revenue, you could increase taxes. We decided not to. In the area of grant, the Minister of Finance has presented a budget where he outlined that $174 million to finance the budget will come from grants, NTA grant, National Transformation Fund. Because of this grant, it allows us to borrow less. So the $330 million as a loan to finance the budget.
The minister stated that the $330 million loan to service the budget will be coming from various sources.
Various sources. Like a total, for example, the IDA, International Development Association of the World Bank, that is the World Bank financing, the $25 million US is very concessionary. You have 40 years to repay, 10 years grace period, 0.75% interest, but it's a loan. But if you get a loan at 0.75% interest, and for 10 years you do not have to pay, that is where we seek to get our next 25 million again.
I am Gerard Joseph for GBN News.
Now, if you see your neighbor's child leaning to one side, it may not be because of a heavy school bag. It might just be possible that they have a spinal problem which needs to be corrected. In this week's GBN Health, Chrislina John discusses the condition with a local orthopedic specialist.
When you need your prescription filled or you require non-prescribed medication, supplements, or all your personal needs, visit Gittins Healthcare at locations on Wall Street, Grandans, Victoria Street, Beverly, and Central Deputy Street, Guelph. Gittins Healthcare aims to provide an exceptional personalized pharmacy experience. Additionally, children under 5 and adults 55 years and over will enjoy 10% discount on purchases of $20 and over on prescription medication. Stop settling for less. Visit Gittins Healthcare, where your health is our priority.
Scoliosis is described as a sideways curve in one's backbone or spine. Often it first shows up as a child or teenager. The angle of the curve may be small, large, or somewhere in between, but anything that measures more than 10 degrees on an X-ray is considered scoliosis. While scoliosis can be caused by conditions such as cerebral palsy and muscular dystrophy, the cause of most scoliosis is unknown. Orthopedic surgeon Dr. Kester Dragon told GBN Health that several people have been diagnosed with the condition with varying levels of medical intervention.
Scoliosis is a lateral deviation of the spine. In other words, the spine is curved sideways. Now, the layperson may say that it's a twisted spine, or maybe the spine is shaped in C or in S. But the terminology is scoliosis means a lateral deviation of the spine. We have a group of patients which is called the congenital scoliosis, where the child would have been born with this deviation, right? We also have a age group which is from birth to about 10 years of age, yeah, which is juvenile type, and of course then we have the adolescent scoliosis, yeah, and obviously we can have scoliosis in adults also.
A person with scoliosis might lean a little when they stand. They could also have a visual curve in their back, shoulders, waist, or hips that look uneven. One shoulder blade that looks bigger, ribs that stick out further on one side of the body than the other. A diagnosis can only be made after a series of scans.
Measurement of the curve, right? A curve between 10 and 25 degrees. We generally split this basically with exercises and monitoring. Now, when the curve is between around 25 degrees to 40 degrees, we then consider bracing for these patients. When it's above 40 degrees, we usually consider surgery, especially if these patients have problems breathing, they have respiratory problems. We usually consider surgery for these patients when it's above 40, especially a skeleton which is immature.
Worst case scenarios sometimes require surgery, which at times brings about fear of paralysis.
All surgeries have their risks, yeah, and it's, obviously scoliosis surgery is not without risks, yeah. In fact, most of the patients, fortunately, do not need surgery. Fortunately, as I said, the patients who have angle of 40 degrees or more, then surgery is considered. Yeah, and in addition, if there is any respiratory problems, for example, difficulty breathing, shortness of breath, and so, then surgery is considered in these cases.
In addition to visual symptoms, scoliosis may lead to lower back pain, back stiffness, pain and numbness in legs from pinched nerves, and fatigue due to muscle strain. Christina John, GBN News.
Tonight, it's a big bash for Grenada's most senior citizen. She's the star of the show in tonight's GBN ISAW.
A good eye captures all. GBN ISAW is brought to you by Clear Vision.
You know us, but we knew. You feel at home with every visit. An experienced team offering personalized courtier service and trendy brand name lifestyle products. We're changing the vision care landscape one customer at a time. Clear Vision Eye Center. People and technology coming together to help you see the world with a clearer vision.
Imagine living to 100 years old. Well, Miss Massima Noel of Karakou is celebrating 119 years today. The absence of Miss Noel's birth certificate is hindering her from being officially recognized as the oldest person in the world. Even though the title can't be officially verified, that does not mean we can't celebrate her. Happy birthday, Miss Noel. You can send us your photo and video submissions via WhatsApp on 405-3052 or our other social media platforms.
Happy birthday again from the GBN Miss Noel, and I do hope you had a ball. Here's where we take a break. Still to come, Grenadian diplomat gets another major assignment. This is News at 7. Stay with us.
It's new. innovative and classy, and a cut above the rest. Your one-stop shop for bathtubs, kitchenette, customized doors and windows, and even a new paint job. We also sell quartz and solid surface countertops. At M&N Hardware, we offer best prices, excellent service, efficiency, and reliability. Visit us at Dusty Highway, Grandin, St. George, or call telephone number 440-6757. M&N Hardware, from foundation to roof. Let's build together.
Running low on groceries? Why not visit realvalueiga.com and experience our new online shopping platform. Place your order, then go out and enjoy your day to spend more time with friends and family. Delivery available within select locations or in-store pickup available. Sounds simple, right? It is. Stress less, live more with Real Value IGA online store, where good food begins.
This Christmas, we need the good vibes more than ever. At LA Purcell, shop all new selections at our home goods, appliance, and hardware stores. Brighten things up at our color center with paint to put the finishing touches on the industry's best building supplies. Last but not least, our annual yard sale is on again for 2 weeks at the LA Purcell car park in town and 3 weeks at our Riverwood store, both starting December 5th. Come and name your price. And remember, Purcell's motto is cash if you have it or credit if you want it.
Tropical shipping is fast and reliable. Always on time, safe and affordable. Friendly staff here to connect you. Tropical worldwide, you must get you. Shop online and you get it on time. Hassle free to meet your deadline. Consolidate any size, any load with tropical shipping, so we ship everything. I can't wait. Tropical, can't wait. No package too big, too small, I cannot wait. To ship with tropical, no package too big, too small, just ship with tropical.
Local agents, George F. Huggins and Company, Grenada Limited. Telephone number 440-8787, or visit our website at www.tropical.com. Email us at grenadasales@tropical.com. Tropical Shipping, committed to island life.
Do you want to win loads of prizes this Christmas with BIP? Join our Spin to Win promotion to win exciting prizes daily. Here's how. Go to the Discover section of the BIP app. Search for the Spin to Win channel and click follow. Once you have followed the channel, click the Spin Now button, choose your device type, select your country, and wait for the wheel to start spinning. Be quick. When your wheel lands on the correct prize of the day, screenshot the prize and send your screenshot to the Spin to Win chat to enter the promotion. Click the Daily Updates button to get updates on the prize you are required to spin for each day, and also to know if you are the lucky winner of the day.
A Merry Christmas, spin and win with Bib.
This holiday season, let Juve bring you 100% joy with its magical chocolate products. Happy holidays from the management and staff of Juve Chocolate. Juve Chocolate, raise your bar.
This is GBN. We've got the means, the power, and the medium. This segment is brought to you by Flow.
Everyone connected plus Flow equals a new way of living. And now when you add a mobile line to your Flow in-home service, you have 2 great ways to stay connected and save. Get 20% off your 7 or 30-day prepaid plan. or save 30% on a postpaid plan. That's how we save and stay connected. Call us or visit discoverflow.co today. Terms and conditions apply.
Welcome back. Another Grenadian accomplishment for the history books, as Grenada's UN ambassador and permanent representative is appointed as the UN's Ocean Conference co-facilitator. Her Excellency Keisha Maguire received her appointment on Tuesday, December 8th.
UN Ambassador and Permanent Representative of Grenada, Her Excellency Keisha Maguire, has been appointed as the UN's Ocean Conference co-facilitator by the President of the 75th session, His Excellency Mr. Volkan Bozkir. This accomplishment comes just a few months after Ambassador Maguire was elected by the UN General Assembly in June as a Vice President of the 75th session. Ambassador Maguire, along with the UN Ambassador and Permanent Representative of Denmark, Mr. Martin Bilherman, will oversee the preparations and intergovernmental consultations on the political declaration for the United Nations Conference to support the implementation of Sustainable Development Goal 14, which reads, "Conserve and sustainably use the oceans, seas and marine resources for sustainable development." The conference is carded for 2021 and will be co-hosted by the governments of Portugal and Kenya. Ambassador Maguire's appointment complements Grenada's commitment to a sustainable future and becoming a leader of the green, blue and circular economies. Trelana Charles, GBN News.
A promise to remedy the issues faced in our health sector was made by Minister Delma Thomas in Parliament. She said the ball is already rolling in our mental health hospital. More in this report from Rena Pe.
Minister with responsibility for hospital services, Delma Thomas, says government is working hard to address a number of issues within the mental health hospital. Addressing the House of Representatives on Monday, Minister Thomas said her team is working hard to rectify the situation.
Many challenges as it relates to mental health and Monge Mental Hospital. But we have already started, Mr. Speaker. When we got in, Mr. Speaker, we had some issues identified and we have rushed ahead right away and got approval. We had to purchase new mattresses and get new linen and all that. We have done that. We have purchased all these things and we are working.
Although physical and infrastructural changes are being made, the minister says educating the public and creating awareness within families affected by mental health is of equal importance.
Mental health has to be seen even within the communities, and the education aspect must be very vital because there's still stigma and discrimination when it comes to mental health. So these are things that we have to eradicate. These are things we have to work to get rid of, and to do that, we must be in the community, providing the information, but also teaching families how to deal and treat with families who have mental illness. Mr. Speaker, you know, when some families take their loved ones and bring in Monge and do not look back.
Minister Thomas said she will lead the drive to improve healthcare services in Grenada.
Healthcare can wait. Maybe we can wait with one of the projects, the road projects, and maybe we can wait with some of the other projects, but we cannot wait when it comes to healthcare. And therefore, I will be the biggest champion for healthcare, Mr. Speaker, and I'll be working along to ensure that we provide quality healthcare for the people of Grenada, Carriacou, and Pidi Martinique, Mr. Speaker.
For GBN News, I am Rena Pe reporting.
Stay with us. The weather and sports are up next.
Hey, man. Well, man, you make that trip. Why do all this more? Things tight since COVID, you know. And Christmas coming, the toys to build, and my house and my car to repair, and the wife go and chill with and what you want me to do? I'm expected to do all that with more. Well, what you want me to do? Why don't go down my communal? You don't have to pay them until January. They have 20,000 in giveaway giving away, and the interest rate low. And listen to me, I try them orders and them never look good. Who they want them on? Well, watch, like you have more than your ass. Choose your loan at communal, giving you the money for what you want to do. It's a loan for you. You know what? I'll get them a little try. Listen. Where you going down this mud? You don't need it. Leave the mud, man. When you go down there, the rate's low. Low.
How going on, boy?
Hey, good old things.
Hey, Daisy.
Yeah.
Boy, line, boy, your house looking a real good day.
Boy, it's thanks to the hard-working and professional staff at the Housing Authority of Grenada. They handled me real nice. They did my plan, they did the construction, and I didn't even have to worry about a thing. They were there with me every step of the way, supervising the job, asking me about my concerns, giving me feedback as the house took shape. They were there from start to finish, and even put the keys in the palm of my hand. I give them an A++ for customer service.
Oh, it's people from housing bad, boy.
Boy, not bad. Excellent. If you're thinking about constructing your home, why not consult the Housing Authority of Grenada? You could visit them right down in the Sandino complex, or give them a call, 440-1015 or 440-1016, or check out their website, hag473.com. They go handle you. They go jog your blocks, they go draw your plan, they go tote your materials. Hey man, where you going? The Housing Authority of Grenada is your choice for affordable housing and a stress-free construction experience.
Hey, look. With them coconuts, rum lemon, passion fruit, sorrel, even the exotic spicy rum.
Ah, the flavored rums of Grenada Distillers Limited.
Class codes?
Yes, girl. They are all produced by the Grenada Distillers Limited in Woodlands. You know, all their rums are world-class and internationally acclaimed, winners of numerous gold medals.
I'll have the spicy rum.
Grenada's #1 rum. We drink it on sport. Add a little flavor to your life.
Are you looking for quality herbs and herbal supplements? Or are you thinking about having a complete body cleanse to jumpstart your health? Then no need to look further. Visit Nirvana Natural Health Clinic, Detox Center, and Natural Health Store. We carry a wide range of herbal products for kidney and gallstone cleansing, male sexual enhancement formulas, asthma and sinusitis, gas and bloating, acid reflux, constipation, arthritis, imbalanced hormones, female health issues, liver cleansing, weight loss, and so much more. Also available, colonic irrigation, holistic health consultations, essential oils, and diffusers. Look out for our online natural health store coming soon. Call 231-6642 for 18-7115 or 449-7753 to find out about our delivery options or to book an appointment. Visit us at Belmont St. George's, close to the Fallage, Monday to Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Nirvana Natural Health Clinic. Detox your way to health.
Keeping an eye on the weather. This is GBN. We've got you covered.
Weather for Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique valid for tonight and the following 3 days. Weather tonight mostly fair with light isolated showers. Winds east-northeasterly to easterly at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Seas light to moderate with waves 3 to 5 feet in open water. Tides low at 7 p.m. and high at 1 a.m. For Friday, December 11th, mostly fair with light to moderate morning showers. Weather for Saturday, December 12th, partly cloudy with light showers. And weather for Sunday, December 13th, partly cloudy with light to moderate showers.
Good evening, sporting fans. I'm Trelona Charles. After much dialogue, a mutual understanding has been reached that the grand final of the 11th annual Wagiti Super Knockout Football Tournament will be played this coming Saturday. The competition will go on as previously scheduled under the strict COVID health and safety protocols. Some of the noteworthy conditions expected to be followed are that the entire venue is used to accommodate patrons for the final event, and all patrons, players, officials, and staff must sanitize their hands upon entry. At any given time, no more than 3 persons would be allowed to stand at the bar or food vending stand to make their purchase. Sitting will only be allowed at the recommended 6 feet distance apart. as per physical distancing guidelines. Results of matches played Tuesday in the Grenada Tennis Association All Good Things Senior Men Open Tennis Tournament. Only 3 matches were played and 1 lost by default as the top men players in the island compete to advance to the knockout stage of the competition. From Group 1, Tristan Lewis made easy work by getting past Antonio Charles in straight sets 6-0, 6-1. Group 2 match saw Colin Bishop overcome Sam Kim 6-1, 6-1, and in Group 3, Stephen Chatter got the better of Shannon Dolin 6-1, 6-2. Moving on to matches played on Wednesday, Group 1 match between Shem Alexis and Antonio Charles ended early, as Shem Alexis won in straight sets 6-0, 6-0. In Group 2 saw Joseph Ross overcoming Sam Kim also in straight sets 6-1, 6-2. However, Jason Stanislaus had to work hard against Steve Chatter, but pulled with a 6-4, 6-3 victory. From Group 4, Charlton Doughton made light work of Elvin Thomas, winning 6-1, 6-2. The competition continues today with 4 matches down to be played. From Group 1, Ronfo Ikolo will do battle with Tristan Lewis from 5 p.m. Group 2, Ryan Telesford comes up against Colin Bishop at 6:30 p.m. Group 3, Shannon Dolin versus Colvin Ferrer, 6:30 p.m. And from Group 4, Alan Ventura takes on Jimmy Brown at 5 p.m. Jim Saunders now takes us on a tour of what's happening in the sporting world.
Pick yourself up and try again. Well, that's the goal of the Windies, as assistant coach Roddy Eswick says the players have brushed aside all the talk and will still execute their plans when they take on New Zealand in the second test. Eswick says this is test cricket and not the slam-bam format of the game, which is why players need to show great fight and determination if they are to succeed.
We've got to look forward to this one in Wellington, and we're representing 8 million people back in the West Indies, and they want to see us fight, and we've got to be prepared to fight. We just can't roll over and say, well, New Zealand is a good side, we're not going to fight, and we're going to lay down and let it run all over us. We've just got to stay in the fight, stay in the contest, and once we can stay in the contest, you've got a chance, but you've got to be prepared to work hard. The bowlers have got to be prepared to bowl long spells, a lot of overs. The batsmen have got to be prepared to bat for a very, very long time. This is test cricket. This is one of the better teams in the world, and you've got to be prepared to do those things. If you're not prepared to do these things, then you go and play T20 cricket, but you've got to be able to prepare to scrap and fight and battle.
Well, the batters may be the ones under pressure, but the West Indies fast bowler Shannon Gabriel, he is eager to give a good showing as he gears up to play his 50th test against New Zealand. Well, the Black Caps are leading the series 1-0, but Gabriel is keen to face the challenges his team faces while also touching on his milestone.
It's going to be a big moment for West Indies pacer Shannon Gabriel, who is set to play his 50th test match. The Trinidadian, who has 147 wickets, says a decade ago he never expected to reach this far.
I say 10 years ago, somebody told me that, Shannon, you're going to play 50 test match for West Indies. I want to know if they're smoking or if they're on some kind of drugs or something. So it's a good opportunity for me. It's a blessing. I just want to say thank God for that, from family and my friends who have supported me throughout my career thus far, and hopefully I can go on to much better and greater things.
Following the innings defeat to New Zealand in Hamilton recently, Gabriel says the Windies have to put that behind them and focus on the job at hand if they want a better result in the final test.
I think we need to learn from our mistakes. What happened in the last game, I think we need to put that as past. We can't really focus on that too much. Just look forward to the future and stick to our basics and concentrate on what we have to do as a team together and to work together.
Gabriel says playing in New Zealand has its challenges. One of the reasons for that is the type of ball that is used.
I think generally the wickets are good. I just think the balls is a bit different. We are accustomed using Duke's ball back home, and most of the places we go plays Duke's ball, so that makes it a bit tougher in terms of less sideways movements and stuff like that.
The second and final test starts in Wellington on Thursday at 6 p.m. Trinidad and Tobago time. Vinod Narwani, 26 Sport.
All right, the Champions League takes the mic, and defending champs Bayern Munich, well, they are into the next stage with a 2-0 win over Lokomotiv Moscow. They will be joined by Atletico Madrid, who eked out a 2-0 win over Salzburg. Their city rivals Real Madrid, meanwhile, well, they saved themselves a relegation trip to Thursday football. Well, that's when they beat Borussia Mönchengladbach 2-0, with both teams advancing ahead of Inter Milan, who were held to a goalless draw by Shakhtar. While elsewhere, Manchester City hammered Marseille to advance further, together with Liverpool, who were held to a draw, while Ajax were eliminated. And PSG, well, they returned to the pitch following yesterday's controversy to move into the next stage with a 5-1 win over Istanbul, thanks to Neymar hat-trick.
Real Madrid hosted Borussia Mönchengladbach in a final group game, and the Spanish side took the lead through Karim Benzema in the 9th minute.
Cross in. Just like slow motion.
He also scored in the 32nd as Real won 2-0, but Borussia Mönchengladbach also advanced with them. Following Tuesday's controversy, the game between PSG and Istanbul took place with Neymar opening the scoring in the 21st. Then in the 38th, the Brazilian made it 2-0 to the French side. Mbappe made it 3-0 from the penalty spot in the 42nd minute. Then came a screamer from Neymar for his hat-trick in the 50th, and PSG were in an impregnable position, 4-0. Istanbul pulled one back in the 57th, but PSG were unfazed by it all. In the 62nd, Mbappe notched a double as PSG won 5-1 to advance further, with Istanbul out. Manchester City were in winners' row as well. They took care of Marseille 3-0, with Torres opening the scoring in the 48th.
For the Spanish international.
Then Sergio Aguero made it 2-0 in the 77th minute, and Raheem Sterling got the third in the 90th. Man City topped the table, and Marseille are out. Vinod Nawani, TV6 Sport.
Some call him the third best player in the world. Well, we simply call him tonight's player of the day.
Neymar was in scoring form for PSG today against Istanbul. He scored a hat-trick in a 5-1 triumph, and look how he got things going. It just takes one error for these guys to capitalize. Now, this match had history, as the match was abandoned on Tuesday at 0-0 after the fourth official was accused of using a racist term. But the football was good otherwise. Take a look at the third goal by Neymar. Make your pick for the play of the day. Either way, victory for PSG means they top the group ahead of RB Leipzig, who qualified and eliminated Manchester United. Maybe the first goal required some more skill, but then again, power and precision makes a solid argument as well. There's nothing wrong in picking one, so we'll go with the first as Neymar gets tonight's TV6 Play of the Day.
Abracadabra certainly made that defender disappear. That's Neymar for you. And that's it for us as well. For the team, I'm James Saunders. Catch you later.
Tonight, we take a probe around the globe to see what's happening. A Chinese investor laid the groundwork in Antigua to attract investors, but because of COVID-19, it has come to a halt. However, the Chinese investor is also getting a lot of negative response from the people. More in this report.
We were supposed to start inviting those investors to come here in April, but it's because of COVID.
An exclusive look at the Yida development taking shape. The Antigua and Barbuda Special Economic Zone is governed by legislation passed in both houses of parliament. Similar zones have been established in several countries, with China being seen as the most successful in using them. Special economic zones are typically created in order to facilitate rapid economic growth by leveraging tax incentives to attract foreign investment and spark technological advancement. That's what Mr. Zhang wants to accomplish here. He bristles at suggestions that he has malign motives.
So he's saying that he's very disappointed in this country first, and all those negative thoughts and all negative news, and even his friends asking him, why why are you staying here? Why are you not leaving? It's just because of only Prime Minister supporting him. In this whole country, no one understands what's going on here. No one understands him. There's only Prime Minister supporting him.
Among the features, 10 five-star hotels with an average of 200 rooms each, an 18-hole golf course developed on the Big Island in the Special Economic Zone, the first such in the world, a medical rehabilitation zone, an international warehousing free zone, a university, and a financial center.
Once the people in Antigua understand that what we are doing here, and he will stay until the end, he will commit to complete this project.
Already in place, a 3-story building to welcome prospective investors. The ground floor is a welcome and reception area. There has been a delay in getting these investors here because of the COVID-19 pandemic. Adjacent to this, another building constructed with potential investors in mind, an area for dining and entertainment, then a bigger restaurant with a chef already in place to prepare meals for prospective investors. Significant road infrastructure has already been put in, with more to be completed. The IDA International Investment Group wants to attract investors to this real estate with the intention of making it into a world-class facility. However, that is some way off. For now, the groundwork has been laid. What is clearly the most impressive industrial structure here, a facility which could be taken up by investors for various steel and roofing products. Mr. Zhang is hugely confident in this project and is eager to shop it to investors after the worst of the COVID-19 pandemic has passed.
China has offered Jamaica loans and expertise to build miles of new highways. Throughout the Caribbean, it has donated security equipment to military and police forces, built a network of Chinese cultural centers, and it has dispatched large shipments of test kits, masks, and ventilators to help governments respond to the pandemic. But while governments in the region have welcomed Beijing's interest, the Trump administration has viewed China's growing presence and its potential to challenge Washington's influence in the region with concern and suspicion.
In Jamaica, U.S. authorities have admitted that China's role in the Caribbean remains a talking point in discussions on a range of bilateral and other issues of national interest among the U.S. and its regional partners. Chargé d'Affaires at the U.S. Embassy in Kingston, Joan McIntyre, said the role of China in the region formed part of the 3rd of December Jamaica Strategic Dialogue between the U.S. and Jamaican officials. The dialogue was led by U.S. Undersecretary for Political Affairs David Hale and Kamina Johnson-Smith, Jamaica's Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade Minister. Quizzed about U.S. security concerns about Chinese technology giant Huawei and its 5G technology, the U.S. officials said the U.S. would not dictate to any sovereign country what decisions should be made in terms of its acquisition.
That's it for tonight's Probe Around the Globe. Up next, a reminder of tonight's top stories.
Recapping the headlines, Roman Catholic nun looks on anxiously as building earmarked for convent lab goes up in flames. Legislative measures being adopted to reduce controversy over police promotions. Grenada yet to devise rollout plan for COVID vaccine as regional organization summons health officials to action. And a senior government minister confident that Grenada is on sound financial footing despite having to divert resources in the campaign against COVID-19. In sports, Wagiti Super Knockout back on this weekend at the National Stadium, while in around the globe, Chinese investors get negative response in Antigua. If you missed any part of this newscast, the repeat of it will be broadcast at 10 o'clock tonight. Continue to follow us online at gbn.gd or on our Facebook page and YouTube channel for these and other top stories. I'm Beverly Telesford. That's news. Good night.